Welcome everybody to a special edition and a brand new edition of On Cooldown, the weekly WoW news show. And today we have big spoilers, like huge spoilers. So if you didn't see this cinematic yet, I highly recommend you not look at the video. I don't usually do this, but I do understand when it comes to spoilers, people really get emotional, I would say. So please, I am looking at the cinematic. We'll react to it and analyze it, you know, to the best of our capacity. And by the way, unfortunately, Flame got a cold, so you're gonna be stuck only with me here, okay? But that's fine, because I do have a worthy replacement of Flame. He'll not talk much, but say hello to Mr. R2 Flame 2, okay? So without further ado, spoilers ahead. Let's check out the Anduin cinematic. Oh boy, oh boy.
Do you not understand? This one is bound to me.
Anduin!
Fulfill your final purpose. Annihilation. The fate of
Just gonna pause it really quick. So the thing is, the moment he plunges his sword into the ground, it's a really nice throwback, I believe, to the old Wrath of the Lich King cinematic, where Arthas, you know, plunges his sword into the ice and it begins to crackle and Dragosa comes out and all that. I think it's really cool. I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of like throwbacks to the Lich King. It looks like it.
blade. My son.
Oh shit!
This blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor. And also
Holy fuck!
by honor.
Wait, stop. I'm gonna stop right here. This really hits in the feels. Oh man, this is the thing. They have these characters and they emotionally exploit us. Got the way. Oh man, I gotta gather up my words. So the way Varian says my son, again another throwback there.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
And seeing both of these, like Varian and Saurfang, which both wielded Charlemagne. Oh my god. No, did I tell you this is not the best way to watch cinematic, because I'm gonna stop pausing and just geeking out on the shit. But so far so good. Holy fuck.
And ours are with you. Even here.
Oh, the metaphor is just...
Let it be finished.
Oh, he's gonna break it, right? He's gonna break two of them. Holy shit, man. Okay. This again, doesn't this look very similar to the Sylvanas breaking the chain of domination? I'm guessing there's so many parallels at this point, it's just insane. I do wonder though, how did the souls, the spirits of Varian and Saurfang came about there, and how does that all work? We're still in the Shadowlands, I'm guessing. They're more the spot of the Shadowlands, but where were you guys all this time? We're not going to talk about the story. We all know the story kind of sucks, and yeah, but the cinematics so far. Right. He escaped.
Arthas.
What?
Is this all that remains of him?
The last flicker of his scarred spirit, consumed in the forges of the jailer.
No crown, no throne, not even a soul left for judgment. I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you. That is my burden to bear. But your legacy is at an end. Be gone then, Arthas Menethil. May the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
Oh boy. Okay. So that was Arthas. Okay, that little thing was Arthas. Let me find the spot where it actually shows. Okay, this is Arthas, everybody. Say hello to Arthas in Shadowlands. This is the big implication. Now, I do want to stress out, it's kind of like they kind of did him dirty at this point. It sounds like they kind of blamed it all on him, which, again, it's weird because I thought the whole story of Shadowlands was supposed to, all the jailer is basically to be blamed for everything that was bad within the World of Warcraft universe. How could, again, it doesn't make any sense, but why would you try at this point to make any sense of the story? The cinematic, I feel, was kind of great. I do have to note, though, I think maybe they initially wanted to get Arthas somehow, like, physically more into it and the story with dialogue and stuff, but as we all know, as the shit show that has been Shadowlands for a lot of different reasons, but especially the story, I feel this is the safe route. They could have risked it too much to bring in the full-on, myth of Arthas Menethil into it. So I think this is a much safer route for them to not, like, tarnish completely his legacy. So congrats on that. Boy, this was a really cool cinematic. The metaphors, the throwback, the fact that when this popped up, I think it's the song
Is at an end.
Come on.
That is, and with each for judgment.
Yeah.
I hate.
It's the little choir boy singing there. Much as when Arthas was killed and he had the cinematic with his father, right? Really cool throwbacks. Really, I mean, you cannot not hand it to the boys on the cinematic departments. However, I mean, as much as I loved this with Varian and Sarfang making the appearance, this effect, this glowy, gloomy effect looks kind of weirdish. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. And to tell you the truth, I feel this would have deserved a full-on cinematic. Imagine this whole scene, this whole cinematic that you just saw, obviously, a little bit dismembered by me here. Imagine if this was a full-on rendered cinematic, not pre-rendered. I think it would have deserved just for Sarfang and Varian coming into the place. It's a pity. I'm not saying, in terms of like a pre-rendered cinematic is not great. It really is pretty cool. I just feel this would have looked so much better if it was an actual cinematic, like full-on rendered, like the ones we used to have in BFA. You remember BFA, I think, had the most rendered cinematic, full-on scale cinematics out of all expansions. This could have been made, but again, if you think about what happened with Blizzard and all the issues and COVIDs and lawsuits, and it's understandable. I'm just saying here, this would have been delivered way cooler if it was full-on scale rendered cinematic. That being said, it's my initial thoughts. This might change. My initial thoughts is that, okay, maybe a little bit of a conclusion to an already shit show of a story that Shadowlands was. I don't know if they could have done it any better at this point. And again, the fact that they only portrayed Arthas as that last lingering fragment of a soul or whatever is just safe mode. Okay? Again, I'm going to reiterate this. Probably when they started working on the Shadowlands story, some way, somehow, they thought, oh, we're going to blow their minds with Arthas reappearing because we're in the Shadowlands, we're going to meet up with his soul and talk and whatever. I think that was probably part of the plan. But on how things developed and evolved, and they saw the community feedback and backlash to everything that's happened within the Shadowlands story, they said, okay, we cannot bring this iconic character into this wild roller coaster of a story that was Shadowlands. It wouldn't make any much more sense. So this is Safe Zone. I can appreciate them for that. Maybe save Arthas for something really, really cool where the story isn't like complete bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't like the Shadowlands story. I love y'all, but I don't like the Shadowlands story. regardless, notice Sylvanas has a much more calmer tone, and I cannot not get the feeling that she's kind of blaming everything on Arthas, more or less. This doesn't seem right to me. This is the vibe. Maybe I am opening up here. I am open to being wrong, and I could be interpreting this in a wrong way. But it does sound that they kind of want to like shift the blame on what Sylvanas did onto Arthas, where really Arthas was dominated by the jailer, right? According to the Shadowlands lore. And, you know, Sylvanas was kind of ish, Anduin as well. Just want to go through it one more time, Sylvanas' dialogue, so I'll make sure I don't get it wrong.
I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you. That is my burden to bear. But your legacy.
All right, right. So this is the thing. The line, I became you, it kind of implies that, you know, I became this monster, and because of that, you know, because of you, I became this monster, I became you. But Arthas wasn't like, in essence, a real monster. He was dominated by the jailer. So I'm doing the mistake of trying to make sense of all of this. All in all, great cinematic. I'm not gonna, you know, throw any punches here. It's really good. I just wished they would have done like a full-scale on rendered cinematic. And yeah, pretty much. I loved the fact that they threw in Varian and Saurfang there. Like that really almost brought a tear, man. I'm not gonna lie, really brought a tear. Too bad of this gloomy effect. I don't know if this was like I know they wanted to make like a spirity, you know, type stuff there. This is the main reason why I think this would have looked so much better if they actually took the time and effort and make it into a full rendered cinematic. But that's not important. It's not important what I think. I'm really curious on what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, and we can have a reply back and forth and see what's up with the cinematic. Do you guys like it? Do you like the fact that they brought in these old iconic characters, Varian and Saurfang? What do you think about the Arthas situation here? We finally met Arthas. Leave it now in the comments. And by the way, before going anywhere, please take a moment to thank our Patreons for supporting this type of content on a monthly basis. The class guides, the On Cooldowns on Wednesdays, the MO Cast podcast on Mondays, the TLFs on Fridays, the streams, and many more other projects that are in the works. Thank you so much, guys. Everybody should be thankful to you for supporting this. And hey, if you want to take a step further in supporting the stuff that we do here, check the link in the description. There might be something there for you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Flame. Do it, man.
I've been loving it then, I still love it now. Still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. Getting better every day, let me show you how. Cause still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. It's getting harder to stay, but at the end of the day, it's a guilty pleasure, so just log in and play. Whether it's classic or retail, I'ma do a /bow. Still, I play WoW.